Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Refreshingly Cozy Christopher, and today we're going to do an unboxing of the new Hisense H9G, which is a direct competitor with the new TCL 6 Series Micro LED TV that is going to be released within the next couple of weeks. I think one of the biggest things that you're going to see with this new H9G is that it's going to give you a crazy amount of value to the dollar. This is a television set that is going to give you all the bells and whistles that you're going to be looking for compared to your Samsungs, your LGs, your Sony televisions. I would say right now from a value dollar standpoint, this is probably within the $629, $650, $700 range. This is going to be one of the best bangs for your buck of 2020 out of all of the brands available. H9G, Hisense, as well as the TCL 6 Series are all competing neck and neck kind of for that top spot within that $600 to $700 range television to give you everything that you're looking for, such as 1000 nits of peak brightness, which gives you the true HDR certification, as well as 4K 120 hertz television. This does not have the HDMI 2.1, however it does have the native 120 hertz panel. This is also going to give you again just that beautiful, bright, crispy picture again that you would find at the $1,500 range, only at the $600 to $700 range. And this is what's going to make this TV special for the 2020 shopping year, as we see all of the new offerings that are coming out from Samsung, Sony, Hisense, as well as Vizio this year later on as they drop their quantum version as well as their OLED for the first time this year. So what we're going to do is unbox this, look at some first impressions, and then we're going to go from there. Okay, to attach the base or the feet, you actually have to take the television out of the box. Now, if you can, you want to have two people doing this. But if you don't have two people, just be extremely careful. It's not too heavy. I'm going to sit it down lightly. You don't want to put a lot of pressure on the front of the television. The base, the way it's set up with that notch on one side, that will make sure that you only put it in the correct location. Okay, so I have to lift this just slightly. There we go. And now there's no pressure on the screen whatsoever. It's all on the legs or the base, whatever you want to call this thing. I will like to highlight that this is a VA panel and not an IPS panel, so it's going to have limited viewing angles. So if you're going to buy this TV, you're probably going to want to be right in front of this TV at all times, but this is actually a really nice touch. These side panel things here, which are pretty durable to protect the TV while you're handling it. This is what the remote looks like. So you have your Netflix button, you have your Prime Video button, YouTube, and then your Google Play for the Android TV and being able to download apps. There's a home button. There's a smart button here, which I'm sure is the voice button. This right here is going to allow you to choose the bloatware, as some people will call it, that is in the when you first turn it on. So let's see. I'm actually going to undo this, and then I'm going to click free games because my children will use it. I'm going to click VLC for Android because that is a video player, so that you can, one of the really cool things that I haven't said about this TV yet is that there's Chromecast built in, obviously, which is one of the best versions of being able to share things to a television. So really the Chromecast being built in is phenomenal as far as being able to move media from your iPad, phone, Android, blah, 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 to view on this TV. YouTube TV, no. Hulu, my wife watches that a lot. Disney Plus, we watch that. HBO Max, we watch that. So it's really cool that I can pick what apps I want to start with. Terms and services is another opportunity where you can say yes or no to them collecting your data and what you do with your television. I'm going to say no. Talk to the Google Assistant when the screen is off. That is another one of those things where it's like, do you want the always on microphone on? For this purposes, I'm going to say yes or continue. I'll probably turn that off in the future. Register your TV. I'm going to skip that for now. I'll do that later. Again, that's how you can easily register your television. I'm going to do that later. I'm not kidding you. This is a beautiful television. I mean, just when you think about $629 and you sit here and you look at the dynamic range, this isn't even an OLED, and it has really great blacks right out of the box. I mean, and don't get me wrong, like the camera, as I'm looking kind of at the TV and then what the camera sees, it's not getting, you know, the full brilliance of the television. And I had to, I mean, this TV is so beautiful. I had to check it real quick to see what it would look like as a computer monitor. I don't know, maybe I could use this as a computer monitor. Again, this is really close to the front of my desk right now, but and it's definitely not as sharp and clear, obviously, as my OLED. Let's see where we're on it. Oh, well, that could be the issue there. It's only on 1920 by 10. Oh, here we go. Keep changes. Use HDR. Turn that on. And then scale. Turn that scale down. I never do anything like that. 150 is typically is appropriate. 1920 by 1080. I mean, that's just, I mean, if you're somebody that has your television NVIDIA Shield, or, you know, connect to NVIDIA Shield, or if you have your PC in a room, like a small bedroom or something like that, and you have it attached to like a 55-inch, this might be a viable option when you think about cost of other things. And again, this is just, you know, that's just off the first impressions and looking at it and seeing if this looks good. Things like that. So let's get, without further ado, let's get this thing started. Okay, so as I walk down into the basement, this is where I start. That's where, I mean, for first impressions, you know, if you know, were in a pinch and you had to decide like, oh, am I gonna get a TV? Am I gonna get a monitor? What am I gonna do? I mean, this might be a viable option. Obviously, this is not made for this. You know, it doesn't have the features that the LG CX has. But long term, I mean, the text and everything is pretty. There's some nice examples of dynamic range right there, where you can kind of see the contrast, light, dark scenes, combination of thereof, kind of see the rays of light. Yeah, this is a nice television. You know what makes the difference for me now? Let me go. If you watch my video of unboxing of the LG CX C10, this, oh nice, TED TV, awesome. Let me look and see if I can get the app. This is funny. It's not a major app at all, but I noticed that I've only been able to download it on my Fire Stick, my LG, both of it. There it is. Oh, that's, yeah, see. Yeah, this is a winner for me. This is a winner for me. As I was saying, you know, when I opened the C10, like it was a big letdown for me that the LG didn't have the native CW app. Knowing that my children and I watch that all the time again. But just when you look at the Android app, look at the possibilities. I mean, you have your Telltale games that you can download. I mean, come on, like this is insane. And then you can download a full game to it, and then you gotta oh, this is yeah, this is phenomenal. There's a lot of people that don't like the Android platform. They prefer Tizen by Samsung, or they prefer WebOS through LG. But I mean, this is pretty damn cool. I mean, just being able to download real applications and not just like your media applications. Vudu, Prime Video, Fandango, Chromecast built in. This is basically a backdrop. So this is like your built-in screensavers to give you like those pretty screens. Of course, I'm downloading that, so when it's sitting on the wall, it can look all neat and pretty. I mean, my first impressions, yeah, this is pretty cool. I mean, it has all of the apps that I use. Yeah, this is solid. This is a solid purchase. I mean, the fact that, and this is one of my favorite game series. If you've never played the Walking Dead Telltale game series, like this was one of my, like when this first came out, and the ability to jump into the story and build actual relationships with these characters, and then having to make some pretty crazy decisions. Like, oh yeah, this is, I mean, this for me is a win. $629 for a 4K TV, 120 hertz native refresh with freaking full built-in app store to download games, media. Look at this. I mean, yeah, you can't. I mean, for $630, like this has a freaking Fire Stick built into it. I mean, Minecraft story mode, Goat Simulator, wow. Game categories, and it seems like you can connect the gamepad to it, so I'm assuming that you can connect via Bluetooth. That's just phenomenal. For me, that's, I mean, that's a huge win for me. So for me, this is a big win. For $629, 55-inch 4K, 120 hertz native, Adobe HDR, 1,000 peak nits, 1,000 nits of peak brightness. Like, this is a complete win for me. And then like the home page being this, like when you turn the television on, it's almost like you're turning on a Fire Stick or something of the sorts every time you turn on the television. I've never used the Android TV platform because people were so like against it, but this is freaking phenomenal. I mean, I don't even watch regular television anymore, so to turn this on and see, you know, all of the things that I use on a day-to-day basis when I'm consuming media without having to go to it or anything like this, and for it to be the entire screen, like this is just a plus for me. All right, so this is the first thing that I actually, you know, draw pause to on this, which is like this new This new thing that they do, audio, basically they call it the ACR, or basically audio content recognition, automatic content recognition, sorry. And basically this, in a grand scheme of things, basically can tell what you're watching when you're watching, how it should adapt the sound and vision and things like that. But the weirdly weird thing about it in the fine print is that this also can send advertising from not just this television to you, but also to other devices that you might have on your Wi-Fi network in your home. And I mean, I don't want to make any, you know, weird accusations or anything like that. Make no mistake about it, every company that you have business with these days collects your data and also sends advertisement to other devices and things like that. But when at all possible, I always try to not do that. But that's my personal preference. You know, it's up to you whether or not, you know, you want to move forward with this. But for me, this is the only thing that's kind of like, So I have this in game mode, settings, picture, HDR game, from HDR Vivid, HDR Standard, HDR Energy Saving, HDR Game. One of the things I noticed is that I did have it in so I mean, right off the bat, let's see. Is it as nice as the LG? No, of course not. But again, that takes me kind of back to the point of, if you're looking for the best of the best, it's probably not going to be it. But it still gives you a pretty good picture. I mean, if you look at that, after adjusting the contrast and sharpness, I mean, I don't want sharpness to be crazy. I wonder what that is about people and sharpness. Like, it gives it like that gritty look feel, of course. I see that, but like, I don't like the blurry look either. So, advanced settings, we'll play with these for a quick second. That looks good. HDR10, 34 by 2160, 60 hertz. So, who is this television for, and would I recommend it for purchase? And the answer is absolutely, without a doubt. I would definitely recommend this for purchase. I mean, for 629 bucks at the 55 inch, this is a beautiful display. It gives you all the bells and whistles that you're going to be looking for. And then also, who is it for? For everybody. And the reason I say that, it's going to be based on your use case. So how are you going to use this? Are you going to have this in your basement, your bedroom, your living room, etc.? I wouldn't see this as a television you would put in like a dedicated media room if you're looking to have the best of the best of the best, just because of like the limitations of being able to tweak the video to your liking in the menu settings, and different things like that. But from a day-to-day, daily use case, this is a phenomenal television, and the Android platform surprised me. I've heard so many negative comments around the Android TV platform, but it looks great. I mean, just the ability to, like I said, get all the applications, including the CW, which, as you guys saw in one of my last videos, I'm really fond of. To be able to have that, and also games, and be able to connect a controller to this and play. This is just a steal of a value at $629, or even for the 65-inch at $949. It's a steal of a value, and definitely worth considering for your main television, depending on your use case. So yeah, that's it for me. Please like, share, subscribe. Let me know if you have any questions. Please drop them in the comment section below. Be happy to talk to you about anything that you're looking to figure out about the TV. All in all, it's been a great experience. It was I'm going to watch the comparison between this and the TCL 6 Series micro LED version. That's coming out here in the next couple of weeks, and kind of go from there. But as far as like my first impressions on this, I was wondering like if I was gonna like this and should I send it back for the TCL, but I'm keeping this. I mean, this isn't going back. This is going up on my wall in the bedroom, and I'm looking forward to using this, downloading the apps in the Android Play Store and playing some of the games, especially Telltale series, The Walking Dead. So thanks for hanging out with me. You guys stay cozy in a crazy world, and I'll see you next time. Cozy out.